Okay, well, it took me a while to find a microphone, but I found one. It's not the best, and hopefully it will work. I've done a lot of work to the editor lately, and there's been several posts about all of it. I wanted to combine everything into one branch and kind of go over it with everybody, just so they have an idea of the work that I've been doing and get an idea of how it's all supposed to work. So, the add multiple, while that's not new specifically to this, it has had some rework, and I'm going to show how that works now. Before, you would just right click and go to the context menu, select an effect, and you get that effect in your grid. I've added a hotkey or modifier key to that, to where when you right click, if you use the shift key, you will get a dialog that allows you to place multiple effects at one time. This is going to take in the start time of wherever you right clicked on the timeline, and it's going to determine how many effects you can possibly add given the duration and the duration between, and it will display that here, and it'll also show which effect you're working with. Now if we change anything here, it updates how many effects are possible, and same with the duration. And it also sets the maximum value of the numeric field here, um, so that you can't exceed that, because that would put the effects beyond the timeline. You just click OK. It's going to generate all the effects you wanted. Of course, there's a lot of stuff in this sequence already. But it also works with the undo engine, which should make Jeff happy. Shows we added 154 effects there. We'll just click that and get rid of those. That's the main points on that. It only works in a single row. It will just stack the effects one after the other, depending on the input that you give it. The next thing that I wanted to go over was the drag box filter. Um, let's just add a couple of different effects here. And I'm not paying too much attention to which uh, elements I'm adding them to. I'm just throwing this stuff out there for us to get an idea of how this works. So we've got several effects there, and you can imagine if there were quite a bit more here going on, this would be really useful. It's not too difficult to select the different elements at this point. If we throw some more stuff in here, stack them together, it could be a little bit more difficult. With the drag box filter, it gives you all the different types of effects that we have. Um, Selecting an effect allows that effect to be selected by the drag box filter. So in this case, if we want to just get the set levels, we would choose set level and make sure that we enable that. And as we draw the box around it, you'll notice that only the set levels are selected. Everything else is left alone as it was. There's a quick inversion for this, and all it does is it inverts everything. It selects it if it wasn't selected, it unselects it if it was. And there you can see we grab everything except for the set levels. Um, there is a hotkey for that. It's Control I, and that will put us right back to just grabbing the set levels. And you can have as many of these selected as you want. It doesn't matter. That's the main points on that, especially when importing from Vixen 2 sequences and you get a bunch of effects stacked of different types. This should make that work a little bit easier for everybody. Now that's gotten me a few times. I go to drag and select something and it doesn't select, and I'm stuck trying to figure out why until I look up and see that I've got that turned on. The third thing that I wanted to go over is the draw mode that I'm proposing. And we're all used to clicking over here and dragging everything out like I did earlier. And or if we just single click on it, tell us, you know, hey, we got to drag that out there. You're not going to click on me. But I've changed that. So we can select any of these basic lighting effects. The items under device action right now are not included in the draw mode. And if we try to do that, it's going to tell us that we can't. So those are not eligible for that at this time. But like we want to start with the set level, we're going to click on it one time. That will start our draw mode for now until we come up with a better solution for it. Let's just pull down, where are my mini trees? Here. And we're going to draw out this little box. And it's going to fill in every row that we were a part of at the time that we started clicking, that we clicked, and when we unclicked. Of course, Jeff will be happy that works with the undo engine as well. We can remove all those elements in one step. And let's see what else. The draw mode, you can draw it on a single line, you can draw it backwards, you can draw it upwards. It doesn't matter as long as our mouse is within the boundaries of that row. When we draw this box and release, those effects are going to be created. Whenever you create these effects, they'll also be selected immediately. So if we draw out these set levels, we can immediately right click on it and distribute equally, and that's going to give us the stair step effect. If you want to quickly add another effect that's not the one you're drawing with, you can still drag and drop it onto the grid wherever you want, and then just go right back to drawing what you were drawing with. The draw mode does not have any boundaries as far as working on top of other effects. Like if I have the effect here, the set level, and I want to come back and add a pulse to it, I can select the pulse and I can just start drawing right there on top of it, and it's going to create that effect where we'd expect it to. Of course, we can draw down through the others. It doesn't matter. It kind of works just exactly like you think it should or would want it to. What else do I want to make about the points on this? If you want to get out of the draw mode, you just click on that effect again, and then you go right back over here, and you'll be in selection mode. Right now, I'm using this on the middle mouse button until we decide how we want to toggle between the two states, between selection and drawing. It also, when you're in draw mode, as you would expect it to, you can drag along and it will scroll the timeline for you. And I guess that's all the points that I had written down here that I wanted to make about this, and kind of give everybody a better idea of the work that I've been doing and an overall view of it all. So I'm open to feedback on it and suggestions, and answer any questions that anybody may have. And I hope that this short video clears up some of the information about it if anybody was uncertain about anything.